Live at daybreak, I'll give you the full weather story.
We want to make sure you're prepared before you hit the roadways.
It's 5:45. Some parts of the viewing area are waking up with little to no snow. Others weren't as lucky. As we take a live look outside at Racine this morning, our Julia Fellow joins us now live with a closer look at how the storm is impacting flights. What's going on, Julia?
Good morning to you, Elise. At the live desk, we're keeping an eye on the flight board at Mitchell International all this morning and overnight. The number of departures canceled or delayed have doubled in the past couple of hours to now 10. There are just 3 arrivals canceled. The rest are on time, which is in very good news for the majority of the flights at Mitchell International this morning. More than 600 have been canceled at Chicago's O'Hare due to the heavy wind and blizzard conditions there. Many more were delayed this morning. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Julia. I have family coming in town today. Don't ask why. It's after the holiday.
That's right.
But I was a little concerned, watching the alerts. But thankfully, everything more so south got hit really
Are they
bad with the
connecting in
snow.
O'Hare that you know of?
No.
I gotta say,
that's good.
The one rule for any time there's winter storm in the Midwest is that O'Hare is always a mess, right? even if Milwaukee is fine, O'Hare is always full of delays.
And you would
take
know,
much.
being from Chicago, you're always watching.
Doesn't take much, that's for sure. Southern spots hit really, really hard with snow. As you mentioned, many locations, Milwaukee north side and to the north, barely a flake. So from downtown over towards southeastern Waukesha County, an inch or 2 of snow. By the time you get to Oak Creek, about 3 inches of snow. These are radar estimates as far as how much fell here. 3 to 6 inches of snow across Racine County. Just got a report out of Elkhorn at 3.8. But then you get down into Kenosha, and that is where things really start to pile up. It's probably going to start to see some 6 to 10 inch reports across much of Kenosha County. By far the most snow for us here in southeastern Wisconsin. That's where we find ourselves, still with a blizzard warning for the next 13 minutes, and I would expect this to expire at 6 a.m. That's when it's slated to expire again for Racine and Kenosha. Things starting to wind down. This is a live look in Racine. This picture here has greatly improved. Visibility has greatly improved just within the last hour as the snow tapered off. 30 degrees in Racine, maybe a couple flurries still. That strong north wind at 21 miles per hour. In Milwaukee, we're at 29 degrees. Another thing happening this morning. This was a really wet, slushy snow, and now with temperatures dipping below the freezing mark, it's going to harden up. It's going to become very, very icy and really hard to move out there this morning. All right, current wind gusts, still gusty winds. The winds were howling through the night last night. Current wind gusts, recent wind gusts of 38 miles per hour in Milwaukee. Again, the temperatures falling below the freezing mark. So a lot of that wet, slushy pavement starting to freeze up. Roads are not in good shape south of Milwaukee this morning. All right, weather headlines. Snow is moving out. Still windy, still some blowing snow, and more cold temperatures. What's left of the snow, one final push of this snow working through the south end of Kenosha. Here you can see that darker blue, and then the back edge clearing through Racine, and then we should be done with the snowfall. As we widen the view, you can see this large storm system really ramped up now across lower Michigan. Future forecast has us dry by 8:30. If you have the opportunity to head to work a little bit later this morning across our southern spots, I would advise that. Again, roads are in rough shape out there this morning. All right, you can see by 8 p.m. this evening, still a northwest wind, strong, but a quiet night expected for tonight and a quiet day expected on Tuesday on our future forecast. So your forecast for today, high temperature of 32 degrees, mostly cloudy, windy and cold for tonight. Low temperature falling down to 18 degrees, mostly cloudy, dry night tonight. Here's your 7-day forecast. Tuesday, quiet but cold, 27. Wednesday, mostly sunny, 30. Could see another wintry mix move in here late on Thursday, 36 and 42 on Friday. Another wintry mix possible on Saturday and Sunday. But as of right now, not too concerned about those storm systems. Julia.
And Brian, you had some great advice talking about those travel times and treacherous roads out there. As we take a look at the DOT, we can see one car that is on the side of the road. You can kind of see it there. That is disabled at this time. It's this time of year where many of the cars just give out. And if you take a live look at the current traffic times, things look green, but many of these roads are snow covered, especially to our south, and we see that breakdown that we were talking about on 41 southbound at Drexel. Current traffic times look like they're good. Just take your time before you head out the door.
All right, thanks, Julia. We'll check back with you in a bit. There's a pretty drastic difference in snow totals from Kenosha, Racine, and Walworth counties compared to Milwaukee County.
But even so, the southern part of Milwaukee County did get a couple of inches. Lauren Winfrey is live to check in Oak Creek. Lauren?
Hey, good morning, Pete and Elise out here in Oak Creek. The roads seem to be okay out here. People are driving at a pretty smooth pace and rate. When we were driving from Milwaukee to Oak Creek, we did notice a few slick spots, but there are a lot of plows out on the roads and also some salt trucks as well. Over across the street at Oak Creek High School, you see a plow going in there right now. They've been working really hard to plow that school parking lot and get things ready for students before they get into school this morning. These crews have been out here all morning long since about 3:30 this morning. Also in this parking lot, you can see some piles of snow where they have pushed that snow off to the side. It's still very slick out here though, so that's one thing you want to be careful about when you're walking around in those areas that may not be salted just yet. It may be a little slick, so walk carefully and cautiously out here, and also bundle up because it's windy and it's cold, but it's Wisconsin and we can do this. Reporting live in Oak Creek, Lauren Winfrey, today's TMJ4.
Great advice, and I think Lauren also wins the Best Hat Award today.
It's very cute.
Thank you.
Taking a live look outside at Lake Geneva this morning. They got pounded with snow overnight as the storm came through our area. We'll check in on all those weather conditions coming up next.
Live at daybreak.